Hi, my name is Jen and I have ADHD. Hey, we've heard that before. I forget everything I was going to say. Today is the 1-year anniversary of me posting the 11 things not to say to people with ADHD video. As of right now, that video has 57,353 views. What? That number is quite literally incomprehensible in my mind. Like, I just don't know how that happened. In honor of its birthday, today I'm going to give you 11 things you should say to people with ADHD. Before I start, I would like to say that no matter what you say to someone with ADHD, if you say it in a condescending tone or any kind of negative connotation added to it, then people are not going to be very happy with you, and it's not going to sound like something nice and helpful. So please take that into consideration before you say these things to anyone. 1, would you like me to email or text or call, whatever, you tomorrow to remind you? Basically, up front, before us asking, respecting the fact that we sometimes can't remember things, and even if we want to, that's really great. We have a tendency to forget, and you acknowledging it without making it a big deal is amazing. 2, hey, just checking in. If you haven't eaten today, you might want to have a snack. The same thing goes with, hey, how much water have you drank today? And most importantly, I think, is like around lunchtime, check in on us, make sure we've had lunch, because that is generally the time when we most often forget. And this isn't exclusively for people on meds, but is particularly true for people on meds, because a lot of ADHD meds suppress our appetite. So we don't notice that we haven't eaten until we are lightheaded, dizzy, and have a terrible headache and are in a horrible mood. 3, I'll make a list for you and I'll leave it out for you tomorrow. I'll make a list for you and I'll leave it for you. I'll make a list. Offering to be like, you know what? There's a couple of things I need to do. I'll send you an email. I'll leave you a list on the counter. I will make a list on the door. Things like that for kids and adults, roommates and spouses. Just saying something simple like, hey, is it okay if I leave you a list? That's really great because we're not asking for it, so we don't feel as silly about needing you to write down the 3 things you need us to do, but we still have access to something that is solid and there and in our face and tells us, oh, right, this is what I have to do. 4. So if someone discloses to you that they have forgotten to take their medicine that day, it can be tough to navigate because they might joke about it, but really, honestly, the best thing to do is to acknowledge it by saying something like, oh man, that really sucks, I'm sorry, but then encouraging them, saying, you know what, don't worry about it. It's just a day. You can make it. It's only one day without your meds. You'll be okay. Acknowledge that it's difficult. Acknowledge that it's going to be hard for them. And try to keep in mind, if you are dealing with them throughout the day, that they did forget their meds. And so it's going to be more difficult for them throughout the day. 5. This one's particularly true for people working with kids with ADHD, but it really, honestly, it's relevant to me too, especially when you're working in a group project or something. Just saying something like, hey, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Or hey, do you need to do a lap? To offer that to someone without them having to say, oh, can I just like get up for a second? Or having them be really uncomfortable and shaking in their seat is amazing. 6. Pro tip for parents and caregivers for kids with ADHD. Really cool thing to do / helpful thing to do, at least in some cases, is if you have a really antsy kid who needs to get their homework done, require them to do it standing up and give them tasks for their body as they're doing it. So as they're reading a page, make them do this with their hand, and then they switch the page and they do this. Make them stand on one leg while they do 5 math problems. It helps focus their body and focus their mind at the same time, and it can be really, really helpful if you give them tasks. So I don't know if that's a tip to say to someone, but I think it counts because I said so. All right. 7. If you text us and you don't get a response from us within an hour, and it's really important especially, text us again. Because most of the time, very kind-heartedly, we will see a text message. It's like, I have to respond to that, but we'll be doing something else, so we'll forget we got the text message immediately because that's how our short-term memory works, and we'll never respond. Remind us that the text message is there within an hour, especially. We'll feel less bad about it, but just give us a quick reminder. I love you. Everybody deserves to hear that they're loved. That's a rule for everyone. If you love someone, tell them. Tell them that you love them, even if it's not by saying I love you, even if it's by saying I like your face, even if it's by saying you're kind of okay sometimes. Make sure they know that they're loved. Like, make sure they know that no matter what, you're there for them. 9. Do you want to go on a date? Because even people with ADHD want to go on dates. Also, someone asked me out. What's your sign? I'm just kidding. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together. Oh, apparently I just think you should flirt with people with ADHD really badly, because I think it's funny. 10. When we like something, we will fixate on it. So like, yeah, we can't focus on a lot of things, but if there's something we're really into, we fixate and we like obsess. So if you have a friend who is expressing an extreme interest in something, this is like honestly regardless of whether or not they have ADHD, you should say, you know what? I care about this person. I should check this out when I get a chance. Not, I'm not going to do this because they're obsessed with it. I know so many parents of kids. Mine are not included in this to a certain degree. For example, they watch Orphan Black with me. But many parents, if their kid's obsessed with something, they flat out refuse to try to learn anything about it. And that's the opposite effect of what you want to do. That makes your kid feel ashamed for liking something. It makes them feel different and weird because they like something so much. You need to embrace it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You could say, hey, I checked it out. I'm not a fan. But you checked it out. You tried. And that's what's really important, because it is damaging who are passionate about something, who find something that they really like and connect to and helps them in other areas of their lives. If you're someone that is important in their life and you say, I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to do that, that's terrible. So instead say, I'll check it out and do it. Do you want to talk about it? Again, also good for other humans without ADHD. A lot of humans with ADHD internalize their issues, and it builds a big ball of frustration and self-doubt and self-hate, and it's expressed in tiny little ways, and then eventually it can lead to an explosion because no one allows them to express themselves. Even with kids, like kids will explode at you because they've built up all of this frustration within themselves, and then that one little thing triggers it. So giving them an outlet, saying, do you want to talk about it? Saying, is this something that I need to work on with you? Like, do you want to talk about it? It can be anything from like them being frustrated with their math class, to them getting mad at their friend, to them going on a really bad date. All of those things can be internalized and be something that you blame yourself for. So being someone who's willing to listen to a person rant and rave and ramble and go on 13 different tangents while trying to talk about something, being willing to sit there and talk to them and follow their train of thought, that can be very just helpful and useful and things of that nature. Do you want fries with that? Because one day we shall rule the world! No? I thought it was funny. The most important thing you should say to a person with ADHD, and you know, someone without it, is, oh, you should go watch this girl's videos. Hey, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Wait. Bye. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Damn it. How do I, like, blow a kiss? How can I blow you a kiss? Bye. Get done? Stop laughing so loudly! Stop having a good time without me! Assholes. Hey! That was very shrill. I'm a bitch. I gotta go figure out what they're laughing.